All right, let's get started with making our tile, okay? So we have our wedged clay, all right? You're gonna be starting with like 1.5 pounds. You're not really gonna need more than that. This is a little bigger, so I'm just gonna rip some off here. What you're gonna need is a rolling pin, some sticks, okay? You're gonna need a clay knife, which is in your clay bin. You are going to need your cutout drawing that you did on your sketch, okay? And then that's pretty much it. So once I have that wedge clay, I am gonna use this clay board to first just like kind of hit it down and get it a little bit flatter. Now remember, I am making a square. So if I just keep flattening out this way, it's gonna get long this way and not long this way. So you can turn it. Okay. I think that is good enough. So you will see that there are two sticks when you get over to the clay bin. One is thicker and one is thinner. For the base of your tile, we're gonna use the thicker ones, okay? And these sticks are used so that your slab is going to be the same thickness all the way through. Okay, if we just start on this right here, you're going to have like an edge or a height that's like thicker on this side and thinner on this side. So we're gonna make this look real nice and have strong craftsmanship. So with the roller, I make sure that the roller is on top of the sticks and that the sticks haven't gotten too far out wide, because then it wouldn't do its job. Okay, so I'm going to stick those closer, those sticks. And basically, it's best to stand up for this, okay? So don't be shy. And you're just going to kind of go back and forth. It takes some pressure. Don't be afraid to like lean into it to get it all the way down, okay? You can judge if you rolled it out well so that your tile template here will fit on it. If you need it to be longer in one direction, you can turn it. Now mine is already good, but I just want to show you. And this is all the same thickness. I'm not going to be able to stretch that anymore. Okay, so at this point, I am going to lay my piece of paper on the clay. I'm going to take my clay knife. I'm holding the paper down so it doesn't shift. And I'm just going to make a nice clean line. Okay, so I have two edges cut out. I'm gonna move to this side. It's a little bit easier just to cut straight down towards my body. All right, so when I take this paper off, I should have a 4.5 by 4.5 square. Before you just like go ahead and are done with that and get rid of, well, you're not gonna get rid of this, but I have my lines on here for the rule of thirds, okay? So I have those two vertical lines and then the two horizontal lines. I'm just gonna take my tool right here and I am gonna mark those two spots, and I'm gonna do it on each end. That way, when I go to create my actual line, I can see, or I can measure it correctly, okay? So, if you want at this point, you can get a ruler. You can also just use your wooden sticks and line up the two lines that you made. These are just for your reference, okay? These lines that I'm about to create. You are going to be rubbing those away, okay? They're not gonna be a part of your tile in the long run. So you're not trying to do this really deep cut line. I mean, I barely just put any pressure on that, okay? A pencil may be better if you're worried that you're gonna press too hard with the knife, or a tool that's just not that sharp. By the way, these are not sharp. They're not gonna hurt you. Okay, light pressure again. and that one is a little bit deeper than my first one. When the clay is soft, it's easy, very easy to blend those so that you do not see them at all. Okay, so just want to show you kind of what that looks like. I have my tile. Now it's time for me to look at my sketch, okay? Obviously there's no sketch on this one. I did print this out and I blew it up. This was my sketch, okay? So you can see my rule of, my area of emphasis is on this part where the two lines meet up, okay? So what I can do, I can take a pencil. Honestly, I like to use that best. And I can just do a really quick, like, okay, this is gonna be here, simple shapes. All I'm doing right now, I drew a circle, okay? Well, these lines here are gonna come out from that circle. So I'm just gonna kind of like pencil that in. So you don't have to do all the small details with drawing it in on your clay tile because it's gonna get covered up. However, it is nice to have it kind of like laid out so that when you go to sculpt on top of this, it's a lot easier to just go ahead, slip and score real quick and add it. Okay, so that is the first step. Give it a try and let's see what you got. If you mess up, that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes in here. You can do this again very quickly. I can take this clay, you remember, wedge it, get it all compacted, wedge it, and then start over. All right, let's see what you got.